Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to another segment of The MCR. Mac and me coming at you. Mac was having a little bit of a snit getting set up there, but I think he's got it together now. So we'll see what happens. Last week, there was the House Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government. And right off the bat, do we really think anything's going to become of it? You know what? It's good FYI information for sure.
Well,
But
it's good that people may become more aware of what these criminals are doing, and they are criminals.
yeah,
That's not the function of the FBI. In fact, why don't we just quit calling them the FBI and start calling them the KGB, because that's what they are now. They're America's KGB.
well, they had three witnesses, three prior now ex FBI agents, a Garrett O'Boyle, a Steve Friend, and a Marcus Allen. And Marcus Allen, he seemed to get some news play when one of the Democrats tried to corner him on a Twitter account that had the name Marcus Allen. That wasn't even him.
Well, there's a football player, a great player, in fact, who played for the Oakland Raiders many years ago. His name is Marcus Allen. He was good friends with O.J. Simpson.
Well, that kind of was the joke. Maybe it was him, you
Yeah.
know. But in any event, uh, last during the course of last week, whether it be the release of the Durham report, whether it be the select subcommittee hearing, or just investigative reporting, five things were discovered, and we're getting our information from the Gateway Pundit, the one of the main editors, Jim Hoft, and I actually swear by his reporting. I can't think of one thing he's been proven wrong on.
Well, he's more credible than the FBI or the new KGB in America. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for doggone sure. So, in reference to Jim Hoff's article, he just kind of starts off at the beginning of the week, Monday. The Durham report was released, and one of the things in the Durham report was everybody in the Obama administration knew that the Trump-Russia collusion was a lie. They all knew it, and allowed the farce to go full speed ahead.
They don't care when they take an oath. They don't care about the law.
I guess from what I heard, the Hillary Clinton group, she kind of thought up and got the whole lie going, and they just kind of said to Obama, and Biden was vice president at the time, hey, this is what we're doing, and they were okay with it.
Yeah, because he's a dishonorable man.
So, but you know what? Was that even really news? I mean,
not to me. I suspected, and I know you did, and probably most of our audience suspected that all along.
And that's part of the frustration. It takes them years to officially say what we were pretty much certain of right at the beginning of all the nonsense.
Well, let's go back to a video we did last week about Anderson Cooper talking about all of Trump's lies. CNN was lying about that, and I'm sure they knew too that it was a lie. But hey, it didn't stop good old one of our favorite homosexual journalists, Anderson Cooper, from telling that lie over and over and over.
Well, in any event, I want to move on to Wednesday. And I believe this was the day before the subcommittee had their hearing. I want to say, it was discovered that the FBI had revoked the security clearances of the 3 whistleblowers that were to appear the next day. And an interesting side note, and this is per Jim Hoft, and I had actually heard this in other news reports too, by the way. He writes, the 51 Intel community signatories who signed the bogus Hunter laptop letter still hold their security clearances.
Yeah,
so,
isn't that interesting?
So the upper echelon 51 Intel experts, I'll say sarcastically, who knowingly signed off to a lie, they still have their security clearances, and just we can say another example of the hypocrisy, the two-tier justice system. Right now we're beginning to sound like a broken record in some regard, because
well, there isn't even two-tier justice. There's justice for us and nothing for them.
Yeah. Then on Thursday was the hearing. It was interesting how the Democrats, and I did not watch the whole thing, but like many of us, I'm sure we saw snippets of it. Obviously, the Republicans were acting in defense and on behalf of the whistleblowers, while the Democrats were trying to besmirch them, demean them, anything they could do to tarnish their reputation.
They're not interested in the truth in any way, shape, or form.
And I heard something interesting mentioned, and it might have been Gallagher, and it might have been Dan Bongino, or it might have been both. But one of them said, if you go back to when we had the Trump impeachment and the revered whistleblower, and how it was so important that they be protected and shielded and remain anonymous, and when someone called to question that Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, which Rush Limbaugh always called, "Oh, can you say Vindman?" Tisk, you shouldn't treat him like that. And here you got these ex FBI agents being dragged through the mud now with these Democrats. It is just, what, another example.
This is why we're going to have a civil war in this country.
It's just
because this is an untenable relationship that we have with these irrational, corrupt, evil people.
And then on Friday, the Gateway pundit reported how the FBI dropped 4 different investigations on Hillary during the 2016 election because they wanted her to win instead of Trump. Also on Friday, it was discovered, and and leave it to the Gateway pundit and other investigative journalists to have to scour and dig this stuff up, but the FBI improperly used warrantless search powers more than 278,000 times in 2021.
Well, this is perhaps would be best saved for another video, but look at the track record. I'll just give you a few examples. Waco, Ruby Ridge, the spying on Robert Kennedy, who was a United States Senator, by the way, and the Attorney General, and Dr. Martin Luther King. What was his crime? What cause did they have to go in looking into his life and recording what he may or may have not been doing? This is not new for the FBI. We're talking, and I'm sure if we went back into the 50s and did a little work, we'll find out this has always been a very corrupt organization.
One more comment that I heard that I'd like to share.
Okay.
The comment I heard was, this is how bad it was back then, as in a couple years ago. How much worse is it today?
Yeah.
I mean, as bad as that sounds, it most likely pretty much a
you dropped off there
right
for
down
about
to it.
You dropped off for about 10 seconds. You froze up.
Well, I was just saying that if it was that bad a couple years ago, just think how much worse it is today.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Because you know what? Corruption only leads to more corruption. What you get away with only leads to doing more of what you've done.
Well, I don't. Yeah, for what it's worth, FYI, I'm sure this is really nothing earth revealing, earth shattering. It's just, you know what? I would just say I still remain pretty pro-Trump. I mean, ultimately, yes, I'll vote for whoever the Republican nominee is, but I'm pro-Trump because I have to suspect only Trump can burn this all down to the depth that it needs to be burned down to, you know?
Well, I think it may take other actions besides Donald Trump, but because
Well,
of the complicit media,
well,
drip, 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 24 hours a day on your head eventually gets to you. And that's what the
yeah,
media has done with Trump.
yeah, and the word is in a few months or something, more indictments are going to drop on him, and we'll see how that all plays out,
Yeah.
you know? But that's all I got. And any final thoughts on this?
I find that organization disgusting, and I wouldn't help the FBI if Osama bin Laden was my next door neighbor. That's the disgust I have for that organization.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll call this one a wrap. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for your support, and catch you all in the next one. Hopefully we don't let you down. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.